Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
Okay, we are wrapping up a windy Tuesday. Cedric, what's in store for the rest of the week?
Well, thankfully for us, we're going to see the winds beginning to calm down across the north tonight, but across the southern half of the state, we'll see those winds continuing through at least tomorrow morning, and then they will begin to fade out as well. Then it's all about the cold air. And eventually, we may have a chance of snow showers returning back to the Beehive State. But let's talk about the winds first, because we've got this big area of high pressure over the plain states. This was a little farther to the west earlier today, so we had that easterly flow coming in, and that's what produced some of those gusty winds for places like Farmington, Centerville, over towards Bountiful and Ogden. Now that's moving away, so those winds are decreasing. We still have this big area of low pressure towards the south and a big area of high pressure off in the Pacific Ocean, so we get those winds that are going counterclockwise around low pressure and clockwise around high pressure, and so it's kind of funneling in those winds across the mountains. It's almost like you're squeezing all of this wind, or think about cars. If you're squeezing all of them into one lane, then you're going to see the lane really crowding up, and that's what's happening with these winds there, and that's going across downsloping through the mountains and drying out the air, and so you've got some big wildfire conditions setting up there. So we're seeing that condition showing up across Southern California tonight, but it will likely be there for tomorrow. In fact, it may be a little bit of an elevated risk tomorrow as you get towards places just to the north of Los Angeles there, between Los Angeles and Palmdale there. So, again, not a great situation. Will likely continue there. You can see we've got wind advisories for Las Vegas, and this extends up to St. George, by the way, in lower Washington County. And then notice, once you get down here towards Los Angeles and Oceanside, it turns into high wind warnings. That's where winds are likely going to be gusting 80 to 100 miles per hour at times, along with that wildfire threat there. Again, as I mentioned, no wildfire threat, but we definitely have those gusty winds still taking place there in lower Washington County, where we have that wind advisory for St. George and the Ivins area, and that will go through about midday tomorrow there. So that's something that we're going to be watching closely. You can see some of those winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour out in St. George. So here's kind of what to expect for us as we go throughout the next couple of days. This east wind will fade out. The gusty winds stick around tonight for Utah, but southwest Utah, but they will end as we go throughout tomorrow. Then it's all about the frigid overnight low temperatures. Yeah, we're talking teens and single digits. And then again, maybe some snow chances by the upcoming weekend. So right now, temperatures pretty much at or below freezing for most places except for the far southern half of the state there. But overall, you too will drop below freezing, mid-20s in Kanab, 30 in St. George, but teens across the rest of the state. So it is going to be brutally cold out there for us, at least frigidly cold. I wouldn't say brutally, but you can see the storm system here wrapping up and moving away. We'll get that northerly flow reinforced as we go throughout your Thursday into Friday. And then a system coming in for the weekend could bring us some colder air and maybe some snow chances. So you can see this first system will stay to our north and east on Wednesday and Thursday. But notice by Friday, we start off with quiet conditions. But for the weekend, we'll bring in that chance of some of those scattered snow showers across the area. That starts Friday night going through your Saturday and Sunday. And we could use it because we are well below average when it comes to the snow. All right, let's talk about what's going on in St. George. We've got 52 degrees with that sunshine sticking around, and otherwise temperatures cooling down eventually. By next week, we're in the 40s for highs and lows in the low 20s across southwest Utah. And then across the north, it's going to stay chilly throughout the next several days with a few snow showers this weekend.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
More on the way.
More on the way.